Hi, this is going to be a tutorial on basic audio effects and tools that you can use with Lightworks. So I hope this helps. Let's get to it. Now I have my video and my audio clips. I'm going to create a timeline and I'm going to preview one of these. When I double click, this allows me to begin to watch a video clip that I had done for introduction of a tool to other firefighters. Drag it right down here into video 1 and place that in the timeline. So I've got video 1, audio 2. Video is the video track, audio 1 and audio 2 is the right and left channel, so it's a stereo effect with the two channels. What I want to do is add a music track. So how do I add a music track? I could do it a couple of different ways. One, you can go up into the timeline. You'll see the settings menu, which is two cogs icon. I click that, go on down, and I'll see add tracks. As I hit add tracks, it opens up another box that gives me the ability to go audio or video. In this case, I want audio. I'm going to add one track. I'm not going to name it because it's just one additional audio. I'm going to hit add. You'll see that it falls right below here as A3 below A2. So now I could take a music track and place that in there. Now for a quick down and dirty drop, take the whole audio clip and drag it into the timeline, right into the music. And I could figure out where to put it. I could drop it anywhere in the timeline. But for right now, I'll just drop it in here and we can work with it. Once I zoom into the audio clip and I can see that waveform, let's see this yellow line here. This yellow line is representing the volume of this particular clip. What I can do is just by hovering over it and using my scroll wheel, I could change what that level is. So the volume of this clip, if I wanted to match multiple audio clips and try to get the sound to where it wasn't distracting, where one was low audio and one was high audio, I could try to find some way of creating some balance here. And so that gives you a little bit of latitude here. Once I have my audio clip placed in the audio track, I've zoomed in, I can see where the music waveform changes and some intensity happens. Next, what I'd like to talk about is fade in and fade out. If I have a video clip that I now want to put a music clip to, how I get that to transition to one another to where one doesn't stand out from the other, one doesn't distract from the other, but yet they work together for a really cool effect. That's where a fade in or a fade out could work. What I've done here on the timeline is place the playhead at a certain point where I think I want this music track to begin. So I'm going to hover over the actual music clip and you can see I've got a black arrow that is pointing in either direction. When I left click on my mouse, I can then drag this to wherever I want, and it's going to butt it right up against the playhead here. Now, from this point, we'll see what this looks like. We'll see what this looks like with the video clip and its own audio, and then this music just kind of abruptly placed into it. So I'm going to move the playhead back just a hair, and we'll preview it.
You're going to get some mechanical advantage for pulling drywall.
All right, so it's a little harsh. It's not exactly what I think would be smooth. It distracts from it. So a couple different things that I'm going to do. I'm going to go down to my music clip and I'm going to place what's called a node, an audio node. The audio level is fine eventually, but I'm going to put this node here by right clicking. Then I'm going to come back over to the other end of the line and I'm going to create this transition. And you can see we talked about the audio level. I'm going to come in low and eventually, over this period of time, have the music be at the level that I want it without making any other adjustments in where the music is or where it falls in the audio or in the video clip. Let's take a look at what that transition will look like. Slide back just a hair.
Mechanical advantage for pulling drywall. What is that job?
So I think that could be a little bit, I like how it's soft, but now it's too slow of a slope, meaning this amount of time for the music to go from a low volume back up to normal isn't where I want it. So I'm going to right click on this node and slide that node over, transitioning where or how quickly that music is going to go ahead and fade in. So let's try it one more time and see if we can't get this closer.
Mechanical advantage for pulling drywall. What is that, John?
I like that. I like where this right here. So I've kind of found this point in this timeline, and this is nice to have that playhead to be able to visually see. So to get a little closer, I'm going to change that where it's almost to this point here. Now let's try it one final time, see if we're anywhere near where we need to be.
You're going to get some mechanical advantage for pulling drywall. What is that, John?
All right, so I like what we've done there. So we have our fade in. I've placed it where I want the music and the video to line up. If you remember, I dropped this audio clip into the timeline in its entirety. What I want to do this time is actually, I'm going to trim it. If you could see that backwards C, that little white, I'll drag this back and I'll just shape this a little bit more to where I've now shaved the clip to here. What I can now do is do what's called a fade out. A fade out is just the opposite. I'm going to create a node and I'm going to drop this out. So if I zoom in, we'll see how that works. We'll zoom out just a little bit. We've got our transition from low to normal audio, and then from normal audio back to low. All right, that audio fade out is just the opposite of the fade in. I'm going to play it right over here. It's not going to have any video to it, but we'll still get the effect. So it is a nice effect to have, the fade in and the fade out. It helps work with the transitions, and it helps allow the music and the video clip to work together, not clash or have anything that stands out, because if it stands out, it's probably not worth having. So, well, that's it for this video. I do appreciate your time. I hope this works out to aid you in learning some of the techniques and how to navigate some of the different tools. Lightworks is very powerful. It is limited as far as the audio editing, but there's a lot of advanced tools that we didn't even talk about today. So good luck and explore.